Hey guys, so we're back. We're going to create a little building. Let's jump right in. I'm going to start off by creating sort of a sidewalk slab, as it were. This is just going to start off with just give it a little bit of thickness for this building to kind of like hang on to. It'll be about like maybe one thick. And I'll just drag this down until I get about here. And then we'll just right click on this, transform, reflect, copy that, drag it over. I just make sure everything has a little bit thicker stroke so we can sort of see it a bit better. All right. Okay, so let's real quick run through and turn these into a proper sidewalk gray. So I'm just going to go over here one by one and just fill these in with different shades of gray here. So we'll have that be gray. And we'll have this be slightly darker. Well, this could be like the darkest gray. And this could be a little bit less dark. Somewhere in between. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have our first little slab of sidewalk. Obviously, you can keep the stroke if you want. I'm going to take the stroke away. And then let's find ourselves a palette. So I've got a palette hanging out over here. I want different colors. I don't want like things to be, you know, the same color. I want there to be like contrasting colors here because we're going to be using all the contrasting colors. So let's go ahead and export this as a image and call it building palette. All right, so let's just shrink this down, add this in. Okay, so let's start off by making the walls to the building. All right, so let me just turn my grid back on, control and semicolon, and my sidewalk's not going to be very big. It might be like, you know, one little unit inwards or maybe even two. Well, that'd be like two in. I'll make it tall. And I'll just keep this like so. And we'll just right click on this, say transform, reflect, copy that. And we're going to make this be the sort of base color. And so I'll make this a bit darker by going over here to my color picker, my little palette here. And I'll just go to HSB and drag this down some to make this a bit darker. And then I'll add my top to the building here. And I'll sample this. I'll make it a bit lighter. Just to give it... Okay. All right, so let's continue on with this. What we're going to do is we're going to create sort of like a little rooftop area for this this building. So it's going to be maybe, you know, like 2 diamonds in, and I'll just create this little shape here, just so we know kind of what we're looking at. So this should go right about here. All right, now we'll just select both of these and pathfinder them out. And then what we'll do is we'll add in little like a sort of a, this is a little spot you can climb into. You know, this is like a little rooftop area. Maybe like there's a air conditioner here. We won't draw the air conditioner, but you know, maybe there is one, you know. Okay. And we'll just do the same thing. We'll just right click on it. Transform, reflect, copy that, slap it in right there, and then finally we'll add in a sort of a sidewalk, like, you know, this sort of tarred roof area, and we could even just like have that chilling out right there. Okay, let's take a look at what we got so far. All right, so we can kind of see what we've got going on over here. I would like to create some bricks. So let me just do this number over here. I'm going to go over this way. I'm going to get my grid going, and I'm going to draw in a little brick. And I'll color it this color. And I'm going to get my little direct select tool. I'm going to select the top. I'm going to select the two acute angles and just like tweak them over a little bit. Just a little smidge. I'll get the two obtuse angles and I'll tweak them in just a little bit more. So we kind of have a brick kind of like hanging out over here. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like, kind of shrink this down some. And I'm just going to pop them in maybe even more. I'm just going to pop them in willy-nilly around the side here. Okay. And I'm just going to right-click on this and say Transform Reflect. And press OK. And I'm going to sample this color here. And do the same thing on this side. Okay, just a few here or there to give it a little bit of flavor. All right, so there we got our sides. Let's make some decisions on like where, like for instance, like we're gonna have some windows and where the entrance is gonna be. Okay, so the door. Let's make this color here be the color of our glass right here. So I'm gonna make a door, and it's gonna sit inside a little recess. So let's draw a door. We're gonna draw a door that's gonna be too big for this building, and then we're going to shrink it down some. So I'm going to start off by drawing a door. Let's just take our fill, make it white, take our stroke, make it black, just so we can kind of see what we're doing here. And we're just going to draw a door. It's going to be too big, so we're just going to make it like go up like this. Okay, see what I'm saying? This door is too big. It's almost as tall as the building. Right? This building is bigger than this door. The reason why we're doing this is because we're going to create a little sort of kind of depression that this door is going to exist inside. So I'm going to create a little shape like this. Let me just real quick make sure this is hitting the there. So once again, Control click to deselect. And I'm going to create this little kind of trapezoid shape on its side here. And then we'll make one more on the bottom. Okay, so we've got this. Now let's grab this door shape here and let's change it to this color. And let's grab this shape here, let's change it to the sidewalk color. And let's grab this little insert there and let's change it to this color. And okay, so what we can do here is we can actually okay, you can see right here we actually have a couple of like little half bricks here or there. I can take this brick, I can kind of move it this way so it's like sort of halfway between, and I can even like maybe take one of these bricks here and sort of like bring it to the top, Control Shift and close that bracket and kind of line these up. And I can even just get my shape builder tool and just get rid of that. Look at that. That's a fun little effect. All right, so we can see right here we've got this this door here, but like, ooh, wait, before we do this, let's put this to the side for now. Let's grab all these shapes here and let's just hold down the Shift key and just shrink them down to where they fit like more of the scale. We don't want to have any lines showing though, so that fits. I'm gonna put this like right here. Okay. That's cool. I like that. All right, and then let's add some windows. So we're basically going to do the same thing. We're going to take this color here. We're going to lighten this up. In fact, what we could probably do is just grab this shape and this shape and this shape, and then hold down the Alt key and drag them, and then right-click on them and so just transform, reflect, and press OK. And then I'm just going to grab this shape with my HSB and lighten it up a little bit, and then change this shape, this color here, and then this color right here to our ceiling color, or roof color. And what we can do here is we could even, like, if we wanted to say, for instance, make this into like a square, we could make this into a square here. Let me just hold down. We'll just get this whole shape lined up with the grid. Okay, there's that. I can just grab all these anchor points and just drag them down until it forms sort of a square. And then from here we can just sort of like pepper them through throughout the building here. So I can just hold down the Alt key and just place one here, place one there. And we want them to like sort of line up. So in this case, I want like the sill to be on the same line as the sill in the other window. And then maybe this one over here, I can just sort of right click and transform and reflect. And then, you know, switch these colors up here. And even maybe put these on the same angle as the other windows. So it looks like this one matches up right about here. Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. And then lastly, let's put a little sign on here. We can even like we can do our text that we did before. I'm just gonna say here, I'm gonna put my text up here. I'll take this out, and we can just put shop. And what we can do is I'll use both of these little things here. I can like maybe like put a little. How about this? Let's get rid of one of these windows here. And then I'll make a little sign by drawing in a white block. Like so. It goes across like this. And I'll color it this white color that I've got here. And what we'll do is we'll change this word shop to something different than Myriad Pro, so make sure you change it. And recall that we've got this method of changing this into a, and I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll make the stroke a different color. FFD166. Just in case you wanted to use all of your palette. All right, and so in this case, what we're going to do is well, we can just swap these out here. Okay, so that's good. We can just right-click on this, say transform, shear, and then we're going to do 30 degrees, I think. Oh, vertically. There we go. Press OK. And just drag it right into the middle there, and make sure we scale it down to fit. Shop. Obviously, you can change it to whatever you like. Okay, cool. So here's our first little shop. We've got some bricks. We've got a little texture to it. We've got a little roof area kind of thing that's sort of happening. That's kind of neat. And then we've got a little sign here. That's a little shop. I'm not sure I like how that is. Maybe I want to change this to like more of a yellow color. There we go. That's cool. I like that better. Maybe I can even like change this back. Let me just bring back my palette and maybe make the text here. Okay, I like that better. I'll change the stroke to black. Oops. Okay. Very neat. I like it. Okay, so let's make sure we put our name at the top here. So I'll put Isometric 4. Simple building. Put your name. All right, so hopefully your color palette is a little bit different than mine, and you've got a little different look, maybe a little bit different placement of the bricks. You know, everyone's got a different eye for it. But let's we won't have to. We don't gotta like add anything else to it here. Oops. Let's make sure I say get everything. I'm gonna group this together. Control G, and I'll just center it in the artboard. Awesome. All right, so export this once again. We're going to export for screens using the width and 2000 pixels. And make sure it's a JPEG. JPEG, folks. All right, and so when we open this up, I can see we've got our simple building. Awesome. Cannot wait to see you guys produce. I will see you guys in class.